Tellarknight. Wait, Tellarknight, Tearlament, Tellarknight. Let's go. Begin. Starting off with the Fen, we're searching for our Tearlament Kashtira. Sharon is going to be discarding Snow, mill 3, triggering the Rhino Heart to discard the Tearlament Kashtira, which will then mill 2 as we send a Tearlament from the deck to the graveyard, and we also have the Clown. Clown reborning from the graveyard as a level 4 for a rank 4 Xyz. Rhino Heart sending from the deck, first for mill and 2. Put the bottom of the stack, what you want to resolve last, very good. Double Sea Mare, okay. Havnis activating to fusion summon into our Kikalos. Kikalos no longer has our little girl to summon, so instead what we normally do is we summon the Tearlament Kashtira to then mill 3, which is the replacement. Sending Kikalos to mill 5. Big mill 5 play there, okay. Complement, Constellar, Caduceus in the graveyard. We got Constellar, Caduceus, Xyz. Add back the Caduceus in the graveyard. Special summon the Caduceus as we then search for a Constellar Tellarknight. Caduceus is going to be copying the effect of the Sheraton to add an Alteran. We're now going to be banishing from the field and graveyard to summon our Fairytale Snow. Activating the Constellar Tellarknight, which will special summon a Tellarknight from the graveyard or from the hand. We got all. Whoa! That's a big Caduceus. No way. He's skipping his turn. He's literally skipping his turn. He is going to skip his turn. M7. And then we're going to turn the M7 with 6 materials into a 7 material Ptolemy. What you're going to be able to do is detach 7 materials. So if you could perform a rank 4 Xyz with 5 monsters, you got the play. That's it. This is the play. Skip your opponent's next turn. They can't Book of Eclipse in the draw phase. Their entire turn is skipped. Now, the challenge with this play is after skipping your opponent's turn, having lethal damage for the next turn, which we should have, right? Due to the card effect, the turn is skipped. Ain't no way. We have Sharon, we have Fairytale Snow, we had Kikalos helping get a level 4 monster on the field. This whole deck is about skipping the turn. What's a better turn 1 than skipping their entire turn? Rhino activating to trigger a fusion. Going into the Rikka, we have 4,500 damage here. The Ptolemy to make it more balanced is only 550 attack, so it's not really helping at lethal damage here. We got Kaleido Heart. 7,500 damage. It actually is perfectly enough for lethal damage. 50 damage over skipping the opponent's turn. Even if we were to take the Maxi challenge, we're skipping their turn. Who cares? They don't get another turn. That is the best turn 1 play. Let's go. Damn. Wow, very well done. Pot of D, banishing 10 cards to then end our turn. That is the Kashtira way. This is why is Kashtira not tier 1? That's why. It just bricks. We're going to be returning back on the deck. We already had to cope with Pathfinder. That alone was a big sign that things were not doing too well for the deck. We're going to be negating the Kikalos, which was sending from the deck or adding a Tearlament. We could still use its other effect, though, sending it to the graveyard to summon a Rhino, which will trigger the Rhino and the kit to mill 5 plus send a Tearlament card from the deck to the grave. I don't know what this deck, it's Tearlament, or is it more Tellarknight than Tearlament? Are you really sacrificing a lot to skip turns, or is your deck still good? I'm copying this deck. This is now my deck. Return back into the deck, making our Rikka. It's still making great plays. It does not look like a trashy gimmick deck. Caduceus could add from the graveyard back to our hand, could also banish a Tellarknight to copy its effect. Copying the Alteran, pop a card in the field. Very well done. Goodbye to the back row. Pop a card per Tellarknight Xyz we have. Constellar Tellarknights reborn from the graveyard as we're randomly milling. We got plays to get milling. Only activates on normal summon, and it's also a level 3. The Night Sword Serpent, when sent to the graveyard, summons itself from the grave for a rank 4 Xyz. We got Ptolemy in defense. We're going to change Ptolemy into a different rank, which will be Pallades. Quick effect, spin a card on the field back to the hand once per turn. And that is lethal damage plus some good disruption if we were not able to win this turn. We had spin a card back, negate a special summon, negate anything with crime, negate a monster with Solic. I mean, this deck just looks good. Damn. Stake your soul, reveal the fire to summon a Raisin. Do you imperm the Raisin here? I would say that's a bad idea because you imperm the Raisin if they have a Borger, they have a Caesar. They're going to chain spin it back to the hand. So stop giving the Vanquish Soul deck free wins by making bad plays like imperming the main phase 1. Now, imperm on the Rock could be okay. Even imperming this would be a bad idea because, again, they could chain the Borger or chain the Caesar Valius. They cannot chain Borger to return back the Rock here. So this is an okay impermanence. This could work. You could also hold it to use it in the draw phase during the next turn onto the Rock. That is something. All right, back to me. And that did pretty much end their turn. Let's go. Seamare sending from the deck is going to be negated. You will not be sending an Aqua Monster from the deck to the grave. Okay. We could use Rock, follow up, add the Raisin in the graveyard back to our hand, and we can't Jiao Long. We need double fire to Jiao Long. All right. We have Kashtira Unicorn, which we may tribute summon. We special summoned here. We tribute summon for the Unicorn. We could activate our Theosis onto it. We are going to be activating the Borger, reveal the Dark, draw a card here, tribute summoning for the Unicorn, as I expected, grabbing a Birth. We Birth in. And now, are we Theosising into Rise Heart? No. I was thinking Rise Heart, Banish Fenrir, then Reborn with Birth. Well, we have the Rise Heart already in the hand, that's why. Very well done. Banishing Fenrir, summoning Fenrir with the Birth, searching with Fenrir, another Rise Heart here. If you summon Rise Heart through its effect from the hand, you're locked in to Exceed summoning only. We cannot make a Rock. Not that we need it because we have more than enough for lethal damage here. Turn Skipper, Tearlament, Tellarknight is going to be going first for game number 2. We're going to need some good hand traps to stop the turn skip. How consistent can we skip turn 1, though? Can we skip a turn against Maxi Ash? Do we drop the Maxi early? We do have Ash to negate the Maxi. I don't think this is a play. We're going to be grabbing our Tearlament Cash. Well, you know, we can mill. We could randomly mill just 2 cards, or 3 cards, that is. Mill 3 into a Tearlament play. This is the way. Even if we mill a Rhino Heart, we could discard a Tearlament trap. This works. This is it. Ash negate. Damn. Okay, well, that does not work out. That messes up everything. Galaxy Tomahawk, right? No. Damn. Galaxy Tomahawk, if summoned in the main monster zone, I know you normally summon in the extra monster zone, but in the main monster zone, turns into a Saryuja. I was seeing a lot of Japanese decks make that play. It's really crazy. All right. And I've been seeing Kashtira decks play it. We have Pressure Planet. Crime is going to negate and return it back into the deck. Discarding our Caduceus. Does that completely mess us up or what? No, it does not. We have Stake Your Soul. If we activate the Raisin, Fenrir could banish. But if we target to banish, we could chain Borger to return back. So we did not activate it, so we're going to reveal a Darkened Fire to wipe out the Calm of Fenrir. Was too afraid to activate it. Interesting. Borger return back, come forth, reveal Double Fire. So the question is, should we have still activated Fenrir? We probably should have still activated it. He would have chain Borger. He would not be able to, I mean, yeah, you could, it doesn't really matter actually, because he would just return back, and I think you activate to return back, but then you could activate to wipe the column also. But if you're activating, aren't you revealing the card, and then you can't reveal a card you're already revealing? That is an interesting ruling. Can't double reveal. Goodbye to Tearlament Kashtira not being sent to the graveyard by card effect. Let's go. Rock of the Vanquisher. Add back from the graveyard our Raisin. Well, I mean, any card that activates in the hand, they kind of, you know, technically it's not revealing as part of the card. It is activating from the hand, but then I believe it then goes back to face down. Then you could reveal it through another card effect. but then it's being revealed. I'd have to test it out. Wow. Ash Blossom negating that random mill 3 was enough to stop the turn-skipping deck, completely eliminating it from the tournament. Let's hop on another one. Problem with wanting to do stuff is people have lives. Ashuna into Monk. We have Adhara, special summoning. Ashuna, special summoning from the deck into our level 8 synchro play. Make it now Grandmaster. Grandmaster, this is actually a good Ash because you don't have the Mo-Yi to chain link block it to draw 1. Adding back the Ashuna, we have Long Yun, which is still semi-limited. Should this be unlimited? Discard a special summon plus a token as we Synchro Shokan this up into our level 10 Synchro Sinister Sovereign. Taya banishing from the graveyard, come forth token, and that will trigger the Sinister Sovereign to draw a card off of the summon of the Draco Berserker. Come to us as the Taya sends a card from the deck to the graveyard, a worm. The worm we're sending will be an Adhara. Yeah, Heartbreaker's getting cooked. Well, we got Kurikara. We have Harpy Feather Duster to take out that Imperm. If they activate any of their monsters on the field, Kurikara will tribute them. Did not change Sinister Sovereign to the Harpy Feather Duster, which is quite interesting. We are banishing the Blaster. So Kurikara will be able to tribute. And will be 3,000 attack. Will be big enough to just attack over the Grandmaster if we want to. Blaster activating to... Ooh, chaining the Droll and Lockbird to the Blaster, activating to add a fire monster from the deck to the hand, thus negating it. No add. Not happening. No Blaster add. Pile Arm is going to be discarding. And Draco Berserker is banishing the Pile Arm to activating from the hand. Let's go. Goodbye, Pile Armed. We are now going to be double tributing for a fat Kurikara, 4,500 attack. Not taking out Grandmaster. Interesting. Now when we activate, don't we get negated, mate? Huh? Negate. I'm going to be banishing the Draco Berserker, negating the Kurikara. That was quite interesting. And now we're down to 1,500 attack. I'm not really sure what happened there. Yeah. You know, okay. I understand fully because, you know, we would have dropped down to 1,500. Yeah, it makes sense. We could not have attacked the Grandmaster. It would have reduced us, as you saw in the end phase. So attacking into that would not be a good idea. This is it. That's all we could have done. We're going to be Taya banishing with the graveyard, come forth and summon a token. We've Adhara is going to add back a banished card, adding back the Long Yun with nothing to discard. We got Grandmaster giving us a card to discard. We have Taya sending a card from the deck to the graveyard. Sending from the deck, adding our Mo-Yi. Discard that Mo-Yi, come forth and summon Long Yun, giving us that level 10 Synchro Shokan into the Baron de Fleur. Baron de Fleur could pop the Kurikara, opening up the field for lethal damage here. And just like that, Swordsoul taking the game. Let's hop another one. Heartbreaker, I see you in the chat. We're good. We're going to get the other duel. Droll. Droll stopping. Heartbreaker from cooking. Let's go. Popping off of that Fenrir, searching for our unicorn. And let's go. What did we accomplish? You cannot add cards. You're going to get negated. You're going to get negated again. All your monsters are dragon. And because all your monsters are dragon, you're not going to be able to summon some cards here. You can't summon your Sinister Sovereign because it requires a non-tuner worm. You can't summon your, where is your Grandmaster, non-tuner worm. So this actually is, in a way, disruption. He's scooping it up. I'm out of here. No thanks. Birth. Birthing a level 7. It is not a Kashtira level 7. It's any level 7. This is a level 7 deck. We have Pile Arm Dragon sending from the deck. We're going to then be triggering the level 5 to add a Tempest from the deck to our hand. We're going to be banishing 2 dragons and or winds to summon our Tempest. to make the Galaxy Tomahawk. And of course, the opponent never has Max C against this, but we do have Impermanence. Imperm negates. No nonsense, mate. No 5-token summon into the Borreload, Baron to Floor, Colossus, Sprite Elf and/or Masquerena. No. Prologue, though. Prologue, the most important thing about Prologue is you already have a dragon in the graveyard, and we do. So that's very good. Now the Destruction Sword Memories is going to be able to fusion summon using the graveyard into Anti-Dragon. Now there's a Call by the Grave, which is going to be actually messing things up a bit, it looks like. Chaining Destruction Sword Memories, chain Call by the Grave onto the Buster Blader, stopping the fusion summon play. We got super disrupted. Imperm on the Tomahawk, Call by the Grave onto the Buster Blader. What do? We are still summoning our Buster Dragon, turning the field into Dragon. So Mo-Yi cannot go into Grandmaster until we negate the Buster Dragon. Now we can. We're no longer turned into Dragon-type monsters here. Revealing our Swordsoul, level 8 Synchro Shokan into the Grandmaster, Chainlink block with the Mo-Yi. Good for playing around in Ash. We got the Long Yun. We're special summoning the Ecclesia. Taya banished in the graveyard. This will go into a backseat, which could spin the entire field back into the hand. We got lethal damage. This is it. Get spinning, full field spin, 5,100 damage in the field. We have Baxia, which could pop a set spell to reborn a monster from the graveyard if we want. We got more than enough here. And notice how the opponent never summoned Protoss in either duel. Very well done. The deck is more than Protoss. Swordsoul defeating level 7 Kashtira Armed Dragon. Lily is going to get ashed, not ashing the My Friend Purrely, ashing the Lily. Not so sure about that. We're going to be triple tactics talenting. Get that draw too. Are we drawing into the My Friend Purrely anyway? We did not. We got the Street. And we got the Pretty Memory to discard summoning our one of two Purrelys. Let's get revealing. Happy Memory, Sleepy. We did not grab a My Friend Purrely. We are going to Exceed to the Graveyard, making our Beauty, which will just be a monster negate. And we're going to be, hey, this is actually messing things up. Where's our third Purrely? Not in the deck because it's semi-limited. So this Sleepy Memory, you could already see the ban list is affecting the deck. We can't summon another Purrely. Huh. That is something. We're going to get to draw a card during the standby phase. They had to end the turn. Does this look like a good turn one to you? We ashed a Lily, and this is their ending fields. This is post-ban list. That's what happens. Beauty, draw one. Ash, negate, draw one. We're still drawing another one. Okay. So what if we draw no Max C now? Draw again. Didn't draw no Max C. We had triple Ash, so we were just being really crazy with it. We're going to negate the pedal from searching for a Mudon, so Mudon's not going to get summoning. Could still make a Dryas into the Sunvine Sowing, but we don't have a Loki in the graveyard to reborn with the Twin, and we have a Twin in the hand, so that's also unfortunate here. Did not open up optimally. Triggering the healer, targeting the Dryas, get healing. We got a Jasmine. Jasmine's going to tribute the Loki, summoning from the deck our Mudon. You tried to stop me from getting to Mudon. We still got to the Mudon. Droll and Lockbird's going to stop you from adding, but the Con does not add. It sets the sheet. We're going to get ready to sheet on Purrely during the next turn. Making the Melius. Melius reborn the Loki from the graveyard, which we summoned from the deck with the Twin. Very well done. Making the Resurgent, which could spin back and affect the monster back to the hand, which we're using right now. Spin back the E, Purrely Beauty, triggering the field spell to summon a Lily. Lily didn't activate? Why didn't Lily activate? I don't get that. Street, summon Lily. Lily activate. It was not like called by, right? We're under Droll. We're under Droll. Droll is why we couldn't do it. Now, what we have here is we have spin back an effect monster. We have tribute a monster to take control of a monster. Do we have Princess? Even if we had Princess, it's not activatable because we don't control Rikka. So we don't really have much disruption. We have another Ash. Anima. Anima is going to be taking control. Well, we activated the sheet so that the Anima cannot activate to take control. I should say equip the Resurgent. Ash negate the Purrely. Very well done. And we have no more Purrelys in the deck. That's our final regular Purrely. We have a Lily in the deck still. Make an Azalea. Now, Azalea requires 4 spells in the graveyard to keep her on the field. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is it 4 different? It's just 4. 4 spells, we're good. It's staying. We're going to be using the Sowing to protect ourselves from destruction. We're going to, because we stayed on the field, banish a spell during the start of the damage step, getting rid of the Resurgent before it was even able to activate its effects. Now we got Lily adding the My Friend Purrely. You could be asking, why not activate Resurgent at the end of the main phase? But then they get to stay in main phase 1 and then make more plays. They get a battle phase with a happiness. We do not want that to happen. So still having the Azalea eat up the battle phase, that was still worth it to not activate the Resurgent. My Friend Purrely, reveal 3, come to me. Is the deck playing more leaps? Despite having only 2 Delicious Memory, every time we're activating the My Friend Purrely for a Delicious Memory, we're getting it. Equipping from the graveyard for the beauty. We're going to send the Azalea, equip the field spell. We now got 3 material. And is this the new way to play Purrely? Just ending on a single monster negate? That's it? Now we negate the Petal, but just until the end phase, so that does nothing. We're going to be activating to draw 1 card here. Petal is going to be negated from searching for a Rikka card. Rikka Glamour, contribute the Petal to search for a Primula and a Princess, summoning the Primula onto the field. Resurgent, reborning from the graveyard, come forth. And we're not going to be Glamoring yet. We're going to Dance Peon, which will randomly mill 3. Every plant we reveal, we can summon. That's double plant on the field. Very well done with that Dance Peon, triggering the effect of the Borea. Wait, no, the Borea does not trigger. It's going to send a plant, send a card you control to search for the field spell. Now we need the Borea in the graveyard, which we're not tributing with Glamour to summon the Regulus. Grabbing the Snowdrop, grabbing the Therion. Now we're going to be using the Snowdrop. Now what's really important here is a cool way that you could do this on the website. You could type in a deck type like Rikka, and then type in the word cannot special. This is usually the special word. And by doing that, it's going to tell you these are the cards that if you do something specific with them, you cannot special summon your Regulus. So if we read this, it states that you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except plant monsters. So Therion is no longer summonable. But the Petal also said that if you search for a Rikka, you also cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except plant monsters. And then again, you have Princess. Princess, if you special summon, you cannot special summon except plant monsters only while this is face up in the monster zone. So you do want to pay attention to these effects, and that's why you have to get the Regulus out early. Thus, Regulus is not summonable here, so we do lose our Omni Negate. We got Teardrop, which will be able to quick effect tribute the opponent's monster. To battle we go. We're not going to be using our Teardrop, triggering the field spell Purrely Street within the damage step. Also, the My Friend Purrely to recycle 3 cards from the graveyard here. Despite us not summoning X Purrely nor, having a monster negate plus recycle effect of My Friend Purrely and the field spell, that's quite devastating. Reborning the Lily. Lily activates to add guaranteed a Purrely Leap. We are going to be using Delicious Memory to make the Lily indestructible by battle. Borea equipping from the graveyard, then ending our turns. We have Quick Effect Tribute a monster. We have Quick Effect Spin back an effect monster. Let's go. Lily equipping Delicious. Did not chain Tribute. Now what? Plump is equipping 2 cards from either player's graveyard. Okay. Doesn't have 5 materials, so we don't have to tribute it or spin it back yet. And if we, the problem is by allowing it to go into Plump and then tributing or spinning it back, that's going to trigger the My Friend Purrely and the Street again, which they don't trigger if you disrupt the non-Xyz version of the Purrely. We're not even, you got to do something. What? We can't target it now. Yeah, what the heck? By waiting, we lose. we had to do it right then and there. We had, on the activation of the Lily, was the last opportunity to disrupt them, because on the summon of the Plump, that's when the field spell kicks in, making us untargetable. Well, we're screwed. We could have chained Teardrop to tribute one of our own monsters to chain link block the Plump from equipping a quick play, but then they had more quick plays to activate. Plump's activating that secret effect that a lot of people don't know about, banishing until the end phase. And it can do it multiple times. Teardrop's gonna be tributing itself, okay, instead of being equipped onto the Plump here. Wow. We're starting to see plays with Purrely that you normally don't see. Banishing with Plump, wiping up the field here. Purrely Leap, returning a double Purrely back in the deck, plus the Lily. Triple Tactics Talent, taking control of the Borea. Borea, come to me. Sleepy equipping onto the Plump. And, you know, post Banless Purrely, still a formidable deck. A very good deck, just playing a little bit differently. A bigger emphasis on the recycle, the My Friend Purrely, and the field spell that you really got to play around. And you got to remember that the summoned Purrely is untargetable the turn it's summoned. That is a really fat Plump. Can we turn this into an X Purrely Happiness to attack for game? I mean, even with the X Purrely Nord, that should be enough. We got the Borea in attack position, Purrely revealing the Happy Memory, going into the E Purrely Happiness, not the X Purrely version. Now we got the X Purrely Happiness, large happiness, 7,300. Just this monster alone is enough for lethal damage. Purrely, post-banless. Unexpected die being met with Max C. Ashing Unexpected die is a really bad idea. Never do that, I would say. Now, do not Ash the Dryas. Not good, but I do think Imperm either on Dryas or Jasmine could be good. Since we have Ash already for the Sunvine Sowing, we could hold on to the Impermanence. That does make sense. Ash this, definitely. You're stopping 3 monsters from being summoned. Loki, Healer, and the Twin. That's 3 monsters stopped with a single Ash, and it's a hard once per turn. We can't activate another one. Beautifully done. And there were multiple other opportunities to use that Ash. We could have Ashed the Unexpected die. We could have Ashed the Dryas, which would have been really bad plays here. Borea, and is going to get negated by Impermanence. Remember, we were talking about the cards you got to play around before summoning your Regulus. You want to summon the Regulus before locking yourself into plant-only monsters. Triple Tactics Talent, we're drawing 2 here. Into another TTT not activatable. Mudon tributing the Dryas to come forth and summon. Loki into Dryas could activate Dryas again. It's not a hard once per turn. Got Con setting up into the back row our Glamour. We are, of course, doing this all under Max C. We're going to be searching for a Princess plus the Primula, which could trigger. Is this going to be a draw too? I mean, are we Maxi challenge against Purrely? What are we doing here? Into Strenna, sure. We're going to normal summon the Loki, Shokan into the Dryas. Dryas will be activating again, searching for the second copy of Sunvine Sowing. Of course, not activatable. Dance Peon with the random mill 3. Every plant we reveal, we summon. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Strenna going to detach to recycle the Glamour in the graveyard to be used next turn. Will there even be another turn? What the heck did we accomplish here? We have nothing on the field, but our disruption is Princess. We could negate a monster, plus negate another monster with Strenna, turning into another monster negate or a Teardrop tribute. So we still have double disruption against an 11-card hand. 12 cards, actually. Fenrir. What's great about this field, though, is you can't get impermed. Imperm on Strenna does nothing, so anti-imperm field, that's good. Princess is actually negating the Fenrir. Now, I take issue with this because how are we going to tribute the Strenna? By tributing the Fenrir to negate the Fenrir, we can't tribute the Strenna to turn into a monster negate or a monster tribute. Now, our double disruption field has turned into just one. Only one disruption. Okay. That's a problem. TTT. Going into the draw 2 here, drawing into another Fenrir that we could just summon. RP Feather Duster, wipe up that back row. And then Fenrir's back, which it was just searching itself anyway. Grabbing a Purrely Leap, because apparently we have everything we could ever want in our hand anyway. Normal summoning our Purrely. And, you know, Princess is already activated. Strenna has no way to be tributed. What more is there to say besides this should definitely be lethal damage? Let's go. Purrely, reveal the happiness. Happiness, we got to make one of them indestructible by battle by activating the delicious. Just like that. Dance Peon, indestructible by battle. Happiness can attack into it 4 times, continually reducing its attack by half as it continues to search in the deck to boost up its own attack. And just like that, let's do it. Attack number 1, activate grabbing another happiness for another attack. Attack number 2, we have 2 more attacks. We're going to reduce it by half again, equip. Attack number 3, get ready. First, we're going to equip another delicious. Let's get to it. Lethal damage on the 3rd attack. 2-0. And I have yet to see, I've yet seen X Purrely Nor. Where is the X Purrely Nor? Not needed.